Welcome to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. You can tell there's a little excitement in the air today because there's a play, theatrical presentation coming up. Let's try an experiment. If you'd like to try an experiment, raise your hand. Okay, everybody else wait outside. No, just kidding. Let's try reorganize. I need a little help to reorganize our seating here, because more people are coming in than usual, and we also divided the space a little bit because of the theatrical performance that's coming up. So what do you think about coming into a labor agreement here? Everyone moving up by 7.2 inches. Now, if you move up here, if somebody could put more seats so you don't have to bring your seat with you, we'll lay a few more seats here. And this is the infield. Feel free to move up on the infield. Very good. Nicely done. You guys can come really close. Please make Hansapriya happy. Oops. Okay, just fill in the spaces. Very well done, everybody. Okay. And if you see a spot in front of you, feel free to move up. I'm vegetarian. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our ISKCON of Silicon Valley Sunday presentation. Tonight, we're going to have a few moments together, starting now, to have a short discussion about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness in a nutshell, some practical points we can take away, and we'll also do some chanting together, because this is called the Yuga Dharma, or the main process through which we can connect to Krishna in the present age. That is group chanting. Who's up for that tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, thank you. First, I'm going to offer my respects to my spiritual master and the founder, Acharya of the organization. His name is His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and I'll say his mantra. So if you know it, you can say it along with me. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne. So, the Vedic literatures are a huge project. They are meant to give everyone from every section of the world an opportunity to improve him or herself. Improvement comes especially by knowing who we are and knowing how the world works. Does that sound reasonable? Thank you, because I'm a big fan and a patron of those who make these garlands. I volunteer every day to model them. Who we are is important. This is something that Krishna addresses early on in the Bhagavad Gita to assuage the great anxiety that Arjuna, a great warrior who is facing an intractable situation. Has anybody here ever been in an intractable situation that caused you anxiety? One hand went up really fast there. Nobody else, though. Just Srivas Pandit Prabhu. I'm going to have to ask everyone else to leave the room so we can have a private talk. Intractable means that there are no good options, it seems. We come to a point in our life where it seems that if I do it my way, it's wrong. If I do it the other person's way, it's even worse. And we get stuck. Does that sound more familiar to you than just saying intractable? Yes. A few more yeses up here. Arjuna, the great warrior and hero of the Bhagavad Gita, was in such a situation because he was compelled by his profession to enter into a battle that had a lose-lose situation as far as he could see. Stephen Covey popularized the idea of negotiating to find out a win-win situation, didn't he, in the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People? And so Arjuna on the battlefield then lost his composure, and what did he do? He went to his authority, who just happened to be the best of all authorities, Krishna. As Krishna is infallible, he's also omniscient, and he's also the most benevolent of all. Therefore, going to him for his opinion and his instruction about what to do is beneficial not just for Arjuna, but to all of us, because the conversation was recorded. There was a different technology back then. We can understand now the mysterious properties and workings of a smartphone. I don't know how it works exactly. I just work it. And in bygone days, when people's way of living was more refined and they were able to concentrate and hook into the subtle energies of the universe, they were also able to do miracles by, for instance, hearing conversations that were at a far distance away, being connected to various forces of nature through the power of mystic yoga and so forth. And by that power, we were able to hear the Bhagavad Gita, which was overseen by Sanjaya, who was empowered by his guru, Srila Vyasadeva. So even if one doesn't have an understanding of how that took place, if anybody reads the Bhagavad Gita, one can experience for oneself how not only commonsensical it is, but the simple philosophy, which is at the same time profound, staggers the mind. In fact, great thinkers for millennia have read the Bhagavad Gita and wondered at where this voice comes from. Such perfect philosophy in 700 verses. So Arjuna asks his teacher what to do and laments the fact that he, by performing his duty, will create a great calamity in the world. And if he doesn't fight, then he'll be considered a coward. And what should he do? So the first thing that Krishna tells him is who he is. And that's why I said it's important to know who we are. And he explains, does Krishna, that we're non-material beings. And he says there's 2 kinds of energies. There's the lower energy, which we can catalog. And physicists go at great length to do this. There are various charts which show the different elements in the world, try to break it down. But Krishna breaks it down in a simple way. He says in the Bhagavad Gita that there's earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. These are the 8 gross and subtle material elements. And then he says that besides these, there's a different energy. It's para, it's supreme, it's above matter. Matter is dead. If you visit a stone and nobody pushes it around, if you come back to it 100 years later, it'll still be sitting there. It will not have paid taxes. It will not have made a family for itself. It's dead. Whereas anything that has life, you'll notice that it has symptoms. There's volition. It tries to create something. There's movement. There's intelligence. Consciousness is above matter. And we, says Krishna to Arjuna, are a combination of matter and spirit. And he says, in the most remarkable way, that we can't be cut, can't be dried, can't be withered by the wind. What's more, he says that we never die. only the body, which is destined anyway, after it's created, to then go through an arc of development, producing some byproduct, then withering, and then dying. However, we're never subjected to that, ever. It's only in our errant observation that I am my body, or the way of becoming caught in the web of the mind, which is observing the world as if it's being reflected on a mirror or in a movie theater on a screen, and we're thinking that this is my life. But it's actually not our life. It's our life situation that we just happen to be observing on a screen. Our life is eternal, and we have our ultimate personality somewhere else, not in this particular body. So, the practice of Krishna consciousness is based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Many people have heard of Bhagavad Gita, right? Many people have Bhagavad Gita, but how many people have read the whole Bhagavad Gita? It gets rarer and rarer, although people appreciate that it's a book that has the most refined but simple philosophy, and it can solve all our problems. They have that sense, but that they don't really go deeply within the Bhagavad Gita. So our founder Acharya brought the Bhagavad Gita to America, and he put it in a straightforward way. He called it the Bhagavad Gita as it is. He presented the philosophy in a straightforward way. So one of the important points in the Bhagavad Gita is that the world is constantly changing. And an example that Srila Prabhupada gives about the material world is it's like a mela. What's a mela? A fair, right? Everyone knows what a fair is, and everyone, of course, knows what a mela is, and an example is Magh Mela. Has anybody been to Allahabad and gone to the Magh Mela? You have the right, by the way, if you want to, during the foggiest, coldest day of the year, to take a bath in the confluence of the Jamuna, the Ganges, and the Saraswati. Did you know that? Nobody can stop you. So if you'd like to go to Magh Mela when it's freezing cold and take a bath in that river, you may. Does that give you solace? Yes. Say yes. Yes. Okay. So during Magh Mela, they set up an extra post office because so many people come, thousands. And there's an extra police station that gets set up there. There's a little mini hospital. There's dwellings that people can live in. They put up extra street lights. I've seen this in Puri also before Rath Yatra. If you go there a few weeks before the Rath Yatra starts, they reconfigure the whole street. They move traffic a different direction. It's like the military comes in, takes over the city, and they change everything, right? And in the melas, Magh Mela, Kumbh Mela, Mahakumbh Mela, suddenly there's a new city there with everything available for the people. And when it's over, it all gets dissembled. Everything's taken away, it's folded up, recycled. You can't even tell it was there. So the material world's like that. Sometimes it's here and sometimes it's not. And we're just passing through in this lifetime. We see it sometimes, and then other times it's not available. However, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paras tasmat tu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana yat saksarvishu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashati. He says, besides this world that's constantly created for a noble purpose, which is to give us an opportunity to purify ourselves, there's another world that's eternal. It never gets destroyed or recycled. It's always there. And there's variety in that spiritual world just as much as there's variety here. And do you know why? This is a pop quiz. Is it alarming? Why is... Okay, well, we can't have our headmaster of our school here giving the answer, can we? Why is it that there's variety in the spiritual world and there's variety in the temporary material world as well? Who can explain this conundrum? Yes, we'll take... How old are you now? What's your age? He's going to say, I'm not my body. What do you ask me? Go ahead. I think you have to put money in there to make it work. It requires, you have to tap your credit card on that.
My age is 9.
Okay.
So the answer to the question, I think, is that since the material world is the reflection of the spiritual world, if there's variety in the spiritual world, there can be some variety in the material world. As
correct. 20 points. Yes. This comes from which chapter? Can you remember which chapter Krishna says this in? For 50 points? He says it in the 15th chapter. Urva mulamada shakam ashvatam prahur aviyam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavit. He describes how the spiritual world is 180 degrees of the equation, or the complete whole, that we see, because the other 180 degrees is the reflected position. And where do you see an entity reflected that is upside down compared to the original entity? That was an awkward way of saying it. I'm just going to tell you the answer. On the side of a pond, and you'll see a tree reflected into the water. Now, if a tree has fruits and you try to enjoy the fruits that are reflected in the water, you'll be disappointed. And similarly, we're disappointed when we try to engage with this world, because it's a reflection, although it appears to be real, and it's completely reasonable to be faked out about it, so don't feel bad. So Krishna then says that one should engage in the reality. So how can one do that? That's expressed in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter. I'm going to ask our research team and Pandit circle over here to tell us which verse describes how there are 3 entities that oversee this world. One of them creates it, one of them maintains it, and the other one destroys it. And it's a long verse, but you know it. So please take a microphone and say the verse, and if you don't know it, call a friend. Sattvam rajas tamayiti prakriter gunastar. Go ahead. Try to make a few mistakes, though, and don't make us look bad. Go ahead.
Sattvam rajas tamayiti prakriter gunastar yukta para purusha eka ihasya date stitiyate hari harinche hareti samya shreyam sitatra kalutatra tanor naram su.
This verse describes how there are various entities who create the world, maintain it, and then destroy it. So who knows who's the destroyer? Do you agree? Do you concur? Say yes. Correct. Who's known as the creator of the world? Correct. And who's the maintainer? What's harder, creating something, destroying it, or maintaining it? Yeah. That's why Vishnu gets the big bucks. So, Lord Vishnu is Shreya. One can attain the highest benefit from worshiping Lord Vishnu because he's beyond the lower modes of material nature. He has no involvement with them. And the Bhagavatam says, in relationship to this verse, Bejare Munio Tagre Bhagavantam Adhoksadam Sattvam Vishudham Shemaya Kalpante Ye Nutaniha. This is important advice that we're getting. And that is that great liberated sages who were very wise and dedicated their lives to sorting everything out for our benefit gave their exclusive attention to worship of Lord Vishnu. Why? Because he's beyond the dimension of the material world. And because he's completely situated in pure goodness, with no connection to the material world whatsoever, then one can attain the highest benefit in life by worshiping Lord Vishnu. And here's the best news of all. Are you ready for it? Yes. That is that anyone who follows the method that these great sages followed to the best of one's ability is eligible for the same result that they achieved, which is complete perfection of human life. Now, may I ask another question? Does that include people within the circumference of the Silicon Valley? You sure? Yes. Can you prove it? Proof means you got to give a verse. I have one in my mind, so if you know how to read minds, you can borrow mine. Vulcan mind melds, you can do that. There's a verse from Shukadeva Goswami who says, Kirata unandar pulinda pulkasha, abhira shumba yavana kasaraya, yenejir papa yarapashraya shraya shudyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. And somewhere in that list of all the places that are way outside those who have access to the Vedic culture is Silicon Valley. It should be in the list. Check it out later, much later. And so if you have no upbringing, obviously not talking to most of you, and connection to the Vedic culture any way, you've had no training at all, doesn't matter. If you take to the process of worshiping Lord Vishnu, which is called bhakti yoga, then says you'll become purified by your involvement. So Krishna consciousness is a very simple, straightforward solution to all of life's problems. No one can say that they don't have problems in this world. And similarly, no one can say, well, Arjuna had it better than me because he was in the worst situation possible. And if he can take advantage of Krishna's instruction and solve all the problems of life, we can too. That's why it's so beneficial that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita on a battlefield to Arjuna, don't you think? So this is the Krishna consciousness movement, and the world needs a little bit of TLC right now. What do you think? Everything's fine? There's no problems, right? Everything's running smoothly? No arguments, no altercations. Everyone tells the truth. No one's greedy, right? Everyone's grateful for everything. People don't argue with each other. Does that sound accurate? No. It doesn't? Then what should we do? Chant Hare Krishna. Any other solutions? Huh? What's he saying? Teach it to others. Yeah, actually, we can help ourselves. It's like in a relationship. The best way to go about it is say, I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. So if we take care of ourselves by rising above the modalities of the material world, which is the cause of all our problems and confusion, and the simple answer is to perform devotional service. And then one of the services that's most important that Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita is to teach others about it. He says at the end of Bhagavad Gita, did you know this? In the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, near the end, Krishna is giving his concluding words to Arjuna. He says, anyone who teaches this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita to others is the most dear to me, and there will never be one more dear in this world than that person. How does that strike you? Very good? Like what's very good on a scale of 1 to 10? 10's the best you can be, and 1 means you might as well give up. So where is that on that scale? 1 million. Yeah, that's pretty close. So we have a great opportunity. We're having a human experience. Yes, we have a lot of problems. Yes, they can be solved. There's a spiritual solution. And yes, the world has a lot of problems, but there are also spiritual solutions. So the best work that we can do together is to work on ourselves for others, and then give others the opportunity to work on themselves by equipping them with spiritual knowledge. And I suggest the Bhagavad Gita is a universally loved and appreciated literature that everyone can put their heart into. So There's one other process that someone suggested. You just suggested it, that we can chant Hare Krishna. So why should we do that? Because there's a science given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that the name of God is the same as God. Oftentimes people say, can you show me God? Well, yes, we can. But your experience of God, according to the Vedas, first comes through your hearing. Your eyes aren't as important as your ears. And if you can hear something, for instance, from somebody who calls in from Chicago and tells you what's going on there right now, then you'll be able to understand because you heard it. And we can hear from those who are beyond the dimension of the material world, who are in the spiritual dimension, describe what the spiritual world's like also. Similarly, there's sound vibration that is imported to this world from the spiritual world. And when we come in contact with that, then from the inside out, it reforms us, it improves us just by hearing the sound. And it gives us direct experience of the Supreme, of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a statement given by the sage Narada Muni. He says, Iti murtyavidanena mantramurtam amurtikam yajite yagida yat punya. I'm sorry. Okay. Iti murtyavidanena mantramurtam amurtikam yajite purusha puman. Last line says that you can have a direct experience of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by chanting his names. So, shall we try it? Okay. Got a lot to choose from here. Please judiciously distribute it. Means be careful who you give it to. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. In just 1 minute, we'll put up our prayers. Sound great. Sounds really good. Good job. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Next, Ramananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sai Gaur Premanande, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Shri Harinam Mantra ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu ki, Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo. So tonight we'll be having a theatrical performance. Third time I've said that today. Yes, I'm excited. People used to learn much of culture and philosophy through such performances. And Bharat Muni, who conceived of systems for presenting theater in such a way that people would actually perceive their existence beyond the body, had a unique and very detailed system of describing the benefits of theater. Here at ISV, we're interested in the arts. We would like to develop them more. Music, dance, theater, and so forth. So we landed in this spot 10 years ago, where we are now, this little space. In fact, the opening day, we had an extravaganza with many different artists coming here, dances, we had musicians and so forth. Were any of you here? Yeah, a few of us were here. And we will expand that. We're intending to expand that. As with most programs, we don't necessarily wait for the physical space to do it. We just do the thing, and then the space manifests itself. We also are interested in designing a space and spaces in order to accommodate our desires to showcase devotional service and Krishna consciousness here in Silicon Valley in a way that will attract people from various cultures to come and appreciate the sublimity of the philosophy and the aesthetic of the culture. So one of my dreams, and now a solid plan, is to develop a center where we can have performing arts, which would include a first-class space for theater. Anybody here like theater? Because we're going to have to give your money back if you don't. So that's what we have planned tonight. And we also have a long history here at ISV of education. We've had a Vaishnava Academy here for many, many years. Excellent teachers. I don't want to brag or anything like that, but if you look around at some of the kids that come out of here, you're going to see a quality that you don't see everywhere else. They have perfect academic records, and they also are stalwarts in the practice of Krishna consciousness. That ain't bad, because you usually get one or the other, but not both. And barely ever do you get spiritual stalwarts in the middle of a city somewhere. You have to be isolated in the Himalaya with no internet. So we intend to continue that trend. We're working with some of our experts here to develop a school system pre through 12 that will be, go ahead, I like that. She applauded. You lead. You're going to be part of it. I think we're gonna have you in marketing and communications. That will be highly competitive academically, but since it's going to be a private school, we're also going to inculcate the values of Krishna consciousness side by side. Can it be done? Yes. Will we do it? Yes, we will. That's our plan here. We also have a plan to develop a devotional service or Vaishnava Academy that will accommodate people that aren't from the culture directly, or even those that have been estranged from it, so they can learn in a protected environment the tenets of devotional service and integrate it into the practices of their life. And that will be one of the important segments that already is an important segment. We already have that going on, but we're going to expand it, I believe. And don't worry about the talking, that's just the actors getting ready. It's like an orchestra when they're tuning up. We already have built some digital infrastructure, and obviously here as well, brick and mortar in various places, to accommodate people who have read Bhagavad Gita and then want to come into the practice. But everyone needs a habitat in order to survive. And we all need association, so we're developing that. And another aspect of our pentagon of offerings to Silicon Valley will be to develop a very beautiful temple. Aesthetics is important when developing a temple, when there's great thought that goes into it. I saw a temple in Chennai that is overseen by my good friend, colleague, and godbrother Banu Maharaj, who's very much into Vastu. And when people come into that Chennai temple, how many have been there to ISKCON Chennai? It used to be called Madras, back when I was a boy. And they come in and they sit, and they don't want to leave. Why? Because the Vastu's right. Not only that, there's air, comes right from the ocean, and they have huge air ducts in there. So it's spacious, the space feels right, the light feels right, and the air's coming in. And to have a space where people feel comfortable just to sit and see Krishna is important. Just to come and see Krishna. He doesn't mind. If you look at somebody when you're driving down the 101 freeway, they mind. But you can come here and look at Krishna all day long. He won't complain. In fact, that's why he's here. And creating a space where people can come, they can experience the rarefied atmosphere of the spiritual world as one would experience an imported atmosphere, as I did once back in the 1980s when I lived in Calcutta, now called Kolkata. And I had been in there several months, and then I had to go deal with some visa issue, I think. And I went to the American Embassy, and I walked in, and I was no longer in Kolkata. I was back in America. They had Arrowhead water. They had candy bars from America, everything like that. So we have created here this kind of space, but we'd like to expand its utility. Not just the space. We need a bigger space because we want lots of people to come and park their cars and be able to get shuttle services to come and not have to walk a long distance or hassle with parking. But also, when they come inside, we'd like it to be designed in such a way that everyone feels comfortable and well accommodated, and there's enough air and there's enough light and so forth. And we will, our spiritual master, when he talked about worshiping the deity in the temple, he said it should be first class. It should be better than first class. So if you can imagine a class beyond first class, that's our aspiration in worshiping the deity of Krishna, who's the same as Krishna. But it's our opportunity to offer our heart and soul to Krishna, to bring him things, to serve him. When we, for instance, wash Krishna's pots, and I am asking for volunteers. We clean our hearts. It's uncanny. When you clean the bathroom, when you take out the trash, you feel happy. And I challenge anyone to think of a time during your whole day when you naturally feel happy these days. Mostly we're on to the next thing and worried about, like, did you pay enough in taxes? And a myriad other worries that we have. But when you clean the temple for Krishna, you feel satisfied. So we want to have the most beautiful and well-appointed and anointed temple here in Silicon Valley that will be an example for others who come there to feel what a spiritual environment is. And this will include festivals like Jhulan Yatra, where we swing the deity, where people can come and feel the joy of worshiping Krishna, where we'll hold Abhishek performances and other kinds of cultural events where people can come together and remember Krishna. Like yesterday, we had 2 first grain ceremonies here. A 6-month-old made a special request. I think they wrote in through WhatsApp, and they said, "Hey, I'm hungry. Give me something to eat." So we did, and we gave them their first grains, which was Mahaprasadam. And then one other child was eager to write a novel and said, "I'd like to learn my first letters." And we did the first letter ceremony. A few minutes later, there were 2 young men who were taking the Upanayanam ceremony. And one of our great pundits here had said mantras and given them the Gayatri mantras to start their journey and Brahminical journey in life. So all this, there needs to be a place where people can come and take advantage of these things. So right now we're actively looking all over the Bay Area for the right place. And there's a lot of places. But Krishna will reveal us to the right place when we have the right intention, and that is to showcase all of these beautiful features of the Krishna consciousness movement in a grand way. I grew up in the Bay Area. I'm from Lafayette. And then I went to school in Walnut Creek, and then I left home and traveled the world, and somehow or other ended back up here in the Bay Area for a reason. I think this is an important place in the world to showcase spirituality in a way that everyone has access, and in a way that's beautiful, that's non-sectarian, it's universal, and that everyone can share with the world in the most open-hearted way. And I'd like it to be right here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. So we're going to need everyone's help for this. Actually, Krishna doesn't need our help, but if we do help, if we put ourselves out and think, how can I be part of this? How can I do some service for this great project to leave a legacy here in Silicon Valley, where we're leaning into high tech and other, into the art of survival in the modern society, where houses cost a minimum of $4.5 million. What to speak of property tax? It's more than most people pay in a lifetime for mortgages or anything else. Just living here in the Bay Area, if you can do that, you can build a big, beautiful community with infrastructure that will invite people from all over the world to want to be part of it. What do you think? What? He said it's the best idea. So that's our idea, and I'm just planting the seeds, and will continue to, because it's an ongoing process. Just as we speak, there's several of us who are looking all over the Bay Area, going to visit properties and see which one would accommodate people being able to transport themselves there, us developing the infrastructure. And by the way, I believe that as much as we put into brick and mortar, we should put an equal or more of an emphasis on digital infrastructure side by side, because that's where most people in the world live. In fact, right now, I don't mean to alarm you, but you're on TV. I don't know if you notice these cameras around here, but they're all high definition. And people all over the world watch this. There's far more people online watching now than there are in this room. And that was our idea from the very beginning, that this would be a live studio audience, and our bigger audience is outside, where people could follow the programs, and they do. But it can become much, much bigger. We can invite people in online by developing our spiritual digital programming, so that people can be engaged 24 hours a day around the world, hearing Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna, and advancing spiritually. And that's a way to help the world, don't you think? Yes. So we invite all of you to inquire more and to help us, and to help yourselves, and to help the world by getting involved in this project. You can talk to me if you see me around. I'll be here, and ask me, hey, how can I get involved in the project? We're developing momentum now, and there's a lot of people that want to help from around the world. I've been getting contacted by people in other countries who know how to develop things. And basically, as Prabhupada says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, everything comes together by sound vibration. If you want to build a skyscraper building, the first thing you do is start talking about it. And by the way, during the pandemic, nobody went anywhere. All they did is talk. Did you know that? You just got together and talked, and then things manifested. And that's what we're doing right now. We're manifesting by talking. We have an intense desire to develop a shining example of Krishna consciousness here in the Bay Area. And you can all be part of it. Just ask Krishna, and then ask me, how can you get involved? And if you're involved, you'll leave a legacy. Those who leave such a legacy have nothing to want in life. When you pour your resources and you pour your heart into building a beautiful community for Krishna, then everything else in your life manifests perfectly. And I see that Hans Supriya has her arms folded, so something's going on, and I better find out what it is. What's happening? What can I do for you? Okay.
Hare Krishna. Yes, I second that. We definitely do need a bigger space. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into the next phase, which is the play. And we all want you to enjoy. So what we're going to, I need all of your help. So if you have an extra bag or anything, you can pass it on. We'll put it on the table. And everyone can face towards this side. But before that, wait. Before that, if I can help, someone can help me to move Mother Nirkula's chair. next to Vaisesika Prabhu, and then everyone can also get as close to them as possible and face this direction. So next we want to do is everyone now turn this direction, and we do need, there is a tape here, white tape. So you have to go back because there is no play if there is no stage. Hopefully we'll have a...
Haribol, we need to have at least 6 inches outside the white tape because we need to put the curtains there.
Okay. So if I request...
Haribol, please, this is a stage, you have to get up from here. Haribol, Prabhu, please get up and move. Haribol, Prabhu, white line is there, please get up. And please move 6 inches back, I need 6 more inches of space there. And please squeeze in as much as possible. Haribol, please get up. This is a stage area. Okay, guys, this is stage area. Get up from here. Go back.
Hare Krishna. If you can hear me, please raise your hand. If you can hear me, please raise your hand and say shh. If you can hear me, please raise your hand and say shh. Let's try it one more time. Raise your hand and say shh. Now, there's a lot of space back here. And you can move back a little bit closer. Somebody can do the math, who knows trigonometry, and figure out how much we're saving. And I'd like to point out that we already have one volunteer for helping develop the new temple community. She's right back here signing up. Physics. There'll be a physics class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Shakha Prabhu, can I request you to put 2 chairs? We have 2 seniors here. You can find the chairs from the classroom. Okay, Hare Krishna, please, if you can keep it quiet, low, then we can hear what's the next step. Hare Krishna, Matas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we are almost there, okay? Just few logistical things. We have few seniors. If we can get 2 volunteers and put the 2 chairs in the back. And we have this gentleman in the back here that he's standing. If we can give him a space, and then we can get going. And thank you very much. And I know it's so tight, but this will remind you that how important it is to get a new temple. Yes. If any space is there, please squeeze on your left or right. That will help. If we can make one other more Jiva soul happy, they will give you all the blessings. So if you can come forward, beta, come forward.
Yeah, I'm a hall.
Vrindavan Priya Prabhu, are you ready to start?
Ada Melo.
Maybe get 5 more minutes of kirtan or a talk.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Everybody.
Sorry.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's working. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
थोड्या वेळाने विचारा, इट्स ओके. यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम देयर. चालू आहे ना? माइन इज वर्किंग.
Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram.
मेरा देखो.
Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram.
यहाँ पे लगा दो, चलेगा. ये थोड़ा पास नहीं आ रहा है. तो गले में
Hare
लगाओ.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
इसको नीचे, इसके नीचे डाल.
Hare Rama,
पगड़ी के नीचे डाल.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
आपका ये पेंट नहीं किया. ये पेंट.
You'll do very well, man.
ये पूरा वाइट है यार, ये ब्लैक है. ये पेंट करो ना.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
Hare Krishna. We welcome you all to the ISV drama that is happening today. As His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu spoke, that we are interested in arts, and this drama is part of it. And we are doing this as a yearly event, and this was part of the Ram Navami monthly Sankirtan festival goal, that we would perform a drama in glorification of Lord Ramachandra. And the team here, organized by His Grace Vrindavan Priya Prabhu and Her Grace Radhika Prema Prabhu, and Mataji, that they are performing this wonderful drama. So please give a big round of applause to welcome the drama.
क्या बोला?
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram. ISV drama team is back. Earlier this month we celebrated Shri Ram Navami, and now the time is right to present another absorbing, action-filled inaction of Ramayana. Lord Ram, the stories of Lord Ram is cherished and celebrated throughout the world as the sweetest and most inspiring inaction. It teaches us how to develop courage and resilience to go through each phase of our life while embracing principle of dharma. Recollecting Lord's pastime as enacted by great sage Valmiki
मैं आपको हेल्प कर दूंगा.
brings immense joy to our heart and fill our heart with love and devotion.
Relax now.
I humbly pray to the lotus feet of our Guru Parampara, their Lordship, and all the assembled devotees that they may be fully satisfied with this performance. Bolo Jai Shri Ram! आवाज ना आई, सब मिल बोलो,
जय श्री राम।
आगे वाले बोलो, प्रभु बोलो, जोर से एक बार और। श्राम।
कर लिया अनमेट।
राम 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 जय राम 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 राम।
During the wonderful marriage ceremony of Lord Ram and Sita, the other three brothers also got married. Sage Vasishtha had requested King Janak to give his other daughter Urmila in charity to Lakshman, and King Janak's younger brother Kushadivja's two daughters to be given in charity to Bharat and Shatrughan. Maharaj Dashrath gave away 100,000 cows in charity to the Brahmanas for each of his 4 sons. After the ceremony, Vishwamitra left Mithila for the Himalayas. Soon after, Maharaj Dashrath departed with his 4 sons and their wives. They were all about to reach Ayodhya.
Go, go, go.
अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम
हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम
हे अयोध्यावासी राम राम दशरथ नंदन राम जय श्री राम Mangoes, fresh from the gardens today. They are as sweet as the name of Lord Ram. Ram ke naam aam, le lo aam. Jai Shri Ram.
Did you hear the most wonderful news? I could not believe my ears.
What is it? Is it something about our Lord Shri Ram? Your eyes start to glow like this whenever you want to speak about Shri Ram. Please tell me. I can't wait to hear.
Me too. I cannot wait to hear about the Lord of our hearts.
Jai Shri
Lord
Ram. Jai Shri Ram.
Oh, Jalram is also here.
Yes, I'm just returning from the royal palace. The whole atmosphere is electrified on the return of Lord Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.
Wow. Is that true? Is that the news you had too?
Yes. Our beloved Lord Rama is returning with his bride Sita, the goddess of fortune. Oh, how fortunate are we to be living in this auspicious times. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. This is the best news ever. I can't express how happy I am.
And I cannot wait to see the Lord of our hearts, Lord Rama, our dear Rama.
Indeed, moreover, not only is Lord Ram returning with his bride, but so are Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna with their brides. They all got married at the same time.
Jai Shri Ram. The joy in our hearts is quadrupled. This is so wonderful.
Moreover, the glories of Sri Ram are ever expanding. On their way back, none other than the mighty Parshurama challenged Lord Rama to string Lord Vishnu's bow.
Oh, that Parshurama, the killer of all the Kshatriya kings?
Yes, indeed. He was angered that Lord Rama had strung and broken Lord Shiva's bow earlier. Both those bows were constructed by Vishwakarma, while Lord Shiva's bow had passed down to Maharaj Janaka through his lineage. Lord Vishnu's bow came down to Jamatagni and then to Parshurama.
Oh yes, because Lord Vishnu's bow was considered superior to that of Lord Shiva's, Parshuram challenged Lord Shri Ram to do what he had earlier done in Mithila. And our dear Lord Shri Ram graciously accepted the challenge and effortlessly strung the bow. Jai Shri Ram.
Indeed.
The mighty Parshurama, the slayer of Kshatriyas 21 times, he failed to recognize who Shri Ram is. Thus humbled by Lord Rama's prowess, recognizing him to be Lord Vishnu himself, he begged for Shri Rama's permission to head back to Mount Mahendra to perform his austerities. Jai Shri Ram.
Indeed. So wonderful is our Lord Ram. It is unbelievable.
I cannot wait to welcome our princes and our brides Look at how wonderfully decorated the palace is. Let us rejoice and celebrate, decorate our homes, our streets, and the entire city to welcome our dear Ram.
And as we do so, let us continue to chant the glories of Lord Ram. Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Not to you. Yesterday.
The four sons of Maharaj Dashrath began living very happily with their wives. After some time, King Yuddhajit, the son of Kekaya and maternal uncle of Bharat, came to Ayodhya and invited his nephews to come and stay with him. Bharat and Shatrughan obliged, while Ram and Lakshman stayed back to serve their father and three mothers with great care. Ram also carried out the state administrative functions so honestly and caringly that the citizens came to love him more and more. Ram always acted according to religious principles and was learned in all the scriptures. He was the greatest of warriors. He was unconquerable by the greatest demigods and demons. Meanwhile, Maharaj Dashrath was growing old and began to see various omens foreboding evil. He therefore anxiously desired to install Ram as the heir apparent to the throne as quickly as possible.
The king of Ayodhya, Maharaj Dashrath, is arriving.
Please have a seat. I've called this special meeting to discuss an important topic. I'm growing old and I've decided to hand over the throne to my dear son Ram. It is the auspicious month of Chaitra and the auspicious constellation of Pushya will be ascending soon. With your advice, I would like to initiate the ceremonies to install Ram as the Prince Regent tomorrow itself. O sage Vaisesika, please advise me in the matter.
Your decision is glorious, Maharaj Dashrath. Ram is the reservoir of all good qualities. He is a courageous and heroic Kshatriya. He is self-controlled always self-satisfied, without malice, gentle in his words and deeds, and above all, is the beloved of everyone in Ayodhya. I fully support you in this endeavor.
Wow! Well said, Vasishtha Muni. So well said. Rama is an ideal son, brother, husband, prince, and will be an ideal king too. Rama is an eligible candidate for the throne. Wonderful news!
O King of Shantipur and Avanti, you are our trusted allies. Please share your thoughts in the matter.
This is the best decision ever, Maharaj Dasharath. Lord Rama is our best friend and would be extremely happy to serve under his kingdom.
Yes, Maharaj Dasharath. You have our full support in this regard. Jai Shri Ram!
Jai Shri Ram!
This extremely jubilant news fast spread in the palace and among the residents of Ayodhya. Their joy knew no bounds. They sang and danced to their heart's content. Their love and devotion for Lord Rama made Ayodhya the most sublime place to reside in the entire universe.
परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शेषतल्प सुख निद्रित राम ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थित राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम श्रीमद् दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम घोर ताटका घातक राम मारीचारिणि पातक राम कौशिक मख संरक्षक राम श्रीमदहल्योद्धारक राम गौतम मुनि संपूजित राम सुर मुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम नाविक धावित मृदुपद राम मिथिलापुर जन मोहक राम विदेह मानस रंजक राम त्र्यंबक कार्मुक भंजक राम सीता पिता मालिक राम कृत वैवाहिक कौतुक राम भागवदर्प विनाशक राम श्रीमदयोध्या पालक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम राम राम
अक्षर के नाम की
अद्भुत है महिमा दो अक्षर के नाम की।
सुनो राम कथा और जय बोलो श्री राम की।
सुनो राम कथा और जय बोलो श्री राम की।
जय श्री
Having obtained everyone's approval, Maharaj Dashratha requested Vasishtha Muni to immediately begin preparations for the installation ceremony. Vasishtha then ordered the chief minister, Sumantra, to arrange for the city to be gorgeously decorated and to make all other preparations. He then summoned Rama to the royal assembly and informed him of the news. Sri Rama fell at his father's feet and offered him his full respects. Lord Rama then went to his mother's residence to seek her blessings. Kaushalya was praying to Lord Narayana for Rama's good fortune.
Rama, my dear son.
Oh mother, father wishes to install me as heir apparent to the royal throne.
Rama, your words are nectar to my ears. All my austerities did not go in vain. May you and Sita live happily together. May Lord Narayan bestow upon you all the world's joy and happiness.
My dear son Rama, we have been waiting to hear this joyous news. May you and Sita always be happy and blissful. All the residents of Ayodhya shall surely rejoice at this news.
My dear brother, you must rule this kingdom along with me, for you are just like my exciting self. Indeed, without you, I could not even imagine to enjoy royal luxuries. Oh dear Lakshman.
Jai Shri Ram. Thereafter, Ram returned to his palace in a jubilant mood. Sita and Ram worshipped Lord Narayana together and then lay down to take rest for the night. Meanwhile, within the city, all the citizens were merrily engaged in preparing for the upcoming festivities. All the streets in Ayodhya were washed with perfumed water and scattered with fragrant flowers. The residents sang and danced on the streets with immense joy.
Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram, Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram, Ram Ram Jai Raja Ram, Ram Ram Jai Sita Ram.
Get up. Get up, you fool. Can't you see the disaster that is about to engulf you? Are you so deluded by your husband's sweet word that you do not realize what is happening in front of your eyes?
What are you talking about, Mantra? Why are you speaking such harsh words? What wrong has Maharaj Dashrath done now?
Surely you are aware of your husband's plan to install Ram as his successor to the throne?
Yes, I'm very happy that Ram will be installed to the throne. And for delivering such a wonderful news, please take this jewel. Indeed, you may ask for anything that you desire.
I'm shocked to see that you can express joy in this eve of disaster. Can't you see how deceitfully Maharaj Dashrath has acted? He sent Bharat away so that he can install his pet son Ram to the throne. Once Ram becomes the king, you will be plunged into the ocean of despair, and Bharat will be compelled to become Ram's slave.
Go on.
Passing over Bharat to choose Ram should be a great insult to you. It should be a great insult. You may imagine that you are Maharaj Dashrath's favorite queen. You may imagine that. But in real, it's Kaushalya, to whom he adores. Once Ram becomes the king, you will become maid servant of Kaushalya. And Ram and Bharat will compelled into the ocean of despair.
No, you're overreacting. You're unnecessarily getting insecure. My Ram is not like that. Kaushalya is not like that. Are they? No. I think you're just overreacting. My Ram, my Kaushalya, they are not like that. I'm still the king's favorite queen, being youngest of all the three, and also having saved his life in battlefield once. Don't you remember that incident, Mantra?
Yeah. Yes. That is what I'm saying. Now is the chance to confirm that you are Maharaj Dashrath's favorite queen. No one is going to think for you. You have to think of your welfare and mine too. So, now is the chance. Remember, after you saved him in the battlefield, he granted you 2 boons. And you said that you will ask for them later when the time is right. When the time is right. Now the time is right. Ask for those 2 boon Kekai and secure your future. This is a once in lifetime opportunity. If you lose this, you will lose everything. So just do as I say. Ask for those 2 boon. First boon, install Bharat to the throne. And second boon, banish Ram to the forest for 14 years. With Ram being away, Bharat can secure an entire kingdom for himself.
Maybe you're right. I should confirm if I'm indeed the king's favorite queen and secure a bright future for my son.
Good. Finally some sense has entered into a dull mind. Now do as I say. After just throw this costly jewelry and this garment, just go to sulking chamber and lie down on cold floor. When Maharaj Dashrath comes, remain silent. Do not say anything. Remain silent. Don't worry. His attachment to you is so deep that he cannot see you unhappy and he will do anything to make you happy. Simply remind him his 2 boons. Do not settle for anything, jewelry, diamond, no, nothing. Just 2 boons, okay? First boon, install Bharat to the throne. Second, banish Ram to the forest.
Such a great plan. Oh, Mantra! My dear Mantra! Although hunchbacks are greatly sinful, you're wise and honorable. I think your so-called deformed body is quite beautiful. The entire science of diplomacy must be residing in your hump. My dear Mantra, once Bharat is installed to the throne, I will garland your hump with a chain of pure gold. And once Ram is banished to the forest, I will smear your hump with the sandalwood paste. My dear Mantra, I will reward you with all the beautiful jewels and ornaments and make all the hunchback women massage your feet. Huh? Mantra?
My dear queen, you are the best. You are the best. Thank you so much.
Technically, मुझे रहने दीजिए, इसको तो हाइड करो।
Kaikai, because of her fickle heart, had thus come completely under the sway of malice and greed. Kaikai was now determined to ask those 2 disastrous boons from Maharaj Dasharatha. She was determined to see her son ascend the throne. Meanwhile, having completed all necessary arrangements for Rama's installation, Maharaj Dasharatha returned to his palace, desiring to see Kaikai. Filled with longing for his youngest queen, he was surprised to not find her in her room. After looking for her everywhere, he finally found her in the sulking chamber. Seeing her sob inconsolable, he eagerly inquired until Kaikai disclosed her master plan.
nightmare? Am I perceiving things? Are my ears ringing? Sending Ram? To the forest for 14 years?
These are all symptoms of too much attachment to Ram. He will soon gain consciousness. And once he does, I must insist on asking me my 2 benedictions.
Oh, vicious woman! What have I done to deserve this? What has Ram done to deserve this? But my Ram loves you more than his own mother. Everyone loves Ram more than their own life. Please don't banish my son Ram to the forest. Please don't banish my son Ram to the forest. I can even give up the association of my 2 other queens. But I cannot partake Ram, O queen. Please. Please, O queen, please. Please, O queen, reconsider your request. If you so desire, I can have Bharat as the crown prince. Please don't send my Ram to the forest. Please don't send my Ram to the forest. This is against all dharmas.
What? How can you dare speak about dharma while you are trying to reskin your promise of giving me those 2 benedictions? You promised, and I shall not forget. Remember King Shibi, who gave his own flesh to the hawk just to fulfill the promise of protection to the pigeon? If you don't keep your promise, it will stain the reputation of your entire dynasty. O king, I know your true motive. Once Ram is installed as a higher apparent, it will be very easy for you to move me and my son away. And I shall not let that happen. O king, I take a vow that if you don't keep your promise, I will take poison and die this very day.
Oh, misguided woman! From where did you learn such wickedness? Don't you understand? Even Bharat will not be part of your evil plans. Bharat loves Ram more than his own life. How can I send Ram to the forest for 14 years because of my boon? I'll tell Ram, go to the Oh no, I cannot send Ram to the forest for 14 years. What? My tender son Ram cannot go to the forest for 14 years. I cannot send Ram to the forest for 14 years. cannot send Ram to the forest for 14 years.
Finally, King Dashratha realized that Kaikai was unwavering in her determination, and he kept crying and fainting all night. In the meantime, Vasishtha Muni completed preparations for the coronation ceremony and returned to the palace. He asked Sumantra, the king's chief minister, to enter the palace and inform the king, not knowing what had happened. Sumantra was surprised to see Maharaj Dashratha in that state of grief and hopelessness. He asked Rama to be summoned immediately. Maharaj Dashratha couldn't speak a word in front of Rama. Therefore, Kaikai explained the situation. Hearing her words, Rama did not become even slightly distressed or agitated. Without any indication of displeasure, he immediately agreed to leave for the forest. He then informed his mother of the development and consoled her. Lakshmana and Sita insisted on accompanying Rama to the forest. They gave all their royal possessions, including all gold and jewelry, to charity. Then they appeared before Dashratha Maharaj to bid him a final farewell.
Ram, my son Ram, Ram. Ram.
My dear father, I have come to bid you farewell. Please give me permission to depart for the forest with Sita and Lakshman.
Oh Ram, follow my command. Arrest me and occupy the throne by force. No one can stop you.
Dear father, I have no desire to achieve the sovereignty over the earth or royal opulence.
Ram, I was expecting this from you. I will bless you, my son, but Ram, please don't go, my son Ram. Please. Please wait for one more night so that I can see you to my heart's content.
Dear Father, it is my duty to fulfill your promise and do as Mother Kaikai has ordered me. I must depart for the forest at once.
Ram, please don't go, Ram. Please don't go, Ram. Please don't go, Ram. Please don't go, Ram.
Oh, wicked queen! Your selfish demands will kill your own husband. Your selfish demands are violating all religious principles. Even now, it is not too late. Take back your demands. We can all still live peacefully.
Oh, Samantha, arrange for an Akshavini of soldiers along with servants and the royal treasury. Bindu. Ram will go to the forest. He will have all the royal comforts in the forest.
What? Bharat will not accept the kingdom if you strip away all its resources before his installation? No, this is not possible.
Dear Father, please do not get upset. I have no desire for royal comforts. Let Mother Kaikai's maid servant bring me ascetic clothing.
Here are the garments for you, Sita and Lakshman.
Thank you, Mother. I now take your and Father's leave.
Ram! No! Ram! 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 Please stop, Ram! Please stop.
Mataji.
Maharaj Dashratha remained delirious, incoherently mumbling words of reproach to himself. Later, when the king became a little more composed, he ordered Sumantra to bring a chariot to carry Rama to the forest. Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita then changed their clothes and took leave from mothers Kaushalya and Sumitra. Kaushalya was overcome with grief to see the delicate Sita in an ascetic attire. Sumitra instructed Lakshmana to always serve Rama and Sita wholeheartedly. Sumantra took Rama, Sita, Lakshmana on a chariot to the forest. After his return, Sumantra narrated in detail how he went up to the banks of river Ganges to drop Ram, Sita and Lakshmana. Maharaj Dashratha's grief knew no bounds. Recalling the curse of the two blind parents whose son he had accidentally killed in the forest while hunting, and incessantly remembering Rama, Maharaj Dashratha quit his mortal body. Bharata and Shatrugna were immediately summoned from Kaikeya.
Bharat will be here any moment. How do I tell him? I hope he understands.
Dear mother,
Bharat?
We have come back from Kaikeya because of Vasishta's summons. Is everything all right? How is my father? Why do I not find him in his palace?
The king, Maharaj Dashrath, has passed away, my son. Get up, my son. Please do not be overwhelmed. Pious and intelligent people remain equipoised and do not give way to such lamentations.
But mother, how did this happen so suddenly? And where is Sri Ram? Why do I... Can you please send someone and inform him of my arrival?
Ram has left the Kaushal kingdom, being exiled for 14 years. Your father couldn't bear separation from him. Hence, he gave up his life, calling out, "Oh Rama, oh Rama."
What do you mean Rama has been exiled? Who can dare exile Sri Ram? Mother, I don't understand.
In your absence, King suddenly announced that he wants to install Ram as the higher apparent the very next day. To avoid ourselves from being dominated by that Kaushalya and her son, I asked for 2 benedictions that your father has awarded me. With first, I demanded that you be installed to the throne. And with second, I banished Ram to the forest for 14 years. Your father was highly attached to Ram, so he gave up his life.
Oh, wicked woman!
Bharat?
You must be Goddess Kali herself, descending to destroy this entire universe.
Bharat?
You have killed my father.
No!
Exile Sri Ram.
No, Bharat. Bharat, listen to me,
Bharat.
Bharat.
Me than my life itself. Do you really think I will accept the kingdom from you? Especially now?
Bharat, but I did all...
Don't speak another word! You're not my mother!
Oh, Bharat, no, Bharat!
You're my worst!
No, Bharat, no. Bharat, listen to me, Bharat. At least give me a chance to speak. Bharat. Bharat.
Oh, wretched woman! I will not only go to the forest and bring Rama back, but I will spend 14 years in the forest.
No, Bharat, no.
Just to keep my father's promise intact. And I shall never see your face again.
No, Bharat, listen to me, Bharat. Bharat. No.
Kaikai was not prepared for Bharat's reaction to her manipulations. When she saw that her plans were destroyed, her illusion was suddenly broken. She appeared to be awakening from a bad dream. Tears welled up in her eyes and her heart filled with anguish. After leaving Kaikai's room, Bharat immediately went to see Mother Kaushalya.
Mother Kaushalya.
Ram, Lakshman, Ram.
Mother, it's me, Bharat and Shatrugn. We have come back from Kaikeya to take care of everything.
Bharat, so you have come, the great emperor. You have come to enjoy the kingdom you coveted. Bharat, you must be happy now. Everything worked according to your plan.
Mother, please don't say like that. I have nothing to do with Rama's exile. Surely you know how much I love Ram. Don't you see how aggrieved I am due to Rama's exile and my father's death? I have no desire to be the emperor of this world, for I consider myself to be the servant of my brother Sri Ram. But being away in a distant place, I had no idea of Kaike's wicked schemes. Please believe me, mother. Please believe me.
Bharat, how has this disaster hit us all of a sudden? Ram left us. Your father left this world. Bharat, what will you do now? What will you do now, Bharat? What will you do now?
Please don't worry, mother. Please don't worry. I will go to the forest and bring Rama back. I don't want this kingdom. He will surely listen to me. But if he insists on fulfilling father's promise, I shall spend 14 years just to keep his promise intact. Rama belongs to Ayodhya. He is the property of Ayodhya Vasis. So please don't worry, mother. Please don't worry.
अच्छा है ना ये माइक
Having thus consoled Kaushalya, Bharat performed crematory duties for his father under the guidance of Vasishtha Muni. Kaikai's illusory hopes and dreams got shattered by Bharat's reaction, and she also gradually realized the extent of the damage done. Bharat continued to refuse to accept the throne and was insisting on bringing Rama back. Vasishtha Muni and all ministers gave him approval to go to the forest and bring Rama back. He ordered to make ready a formidable army and have engineers construct the necessary roads so that they could all proceed to the forest without any impediment. Meanwhile, under direction of Bharadwaj Muni, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana had reached Chitrakuta mountain. The entire area was beautifully situated with cascading waterfalls and water streams. There was abundance of fruit, roots, sweet water and honey. Lakshmana built a nice residence there with wooden stakes and a roof. After their journey had commenced, Bharat and his army finally had the Chitrakuta mountain in view. As soon as they spotted a cottage, Bharat hastened there. Shatrughna followed while Vasishtha Muni brought the three mothers.
वो सब लोग पहन के रखे, मैं ही नहीं पहनी हूँ.
Oh Ram,
Bharat, my brother, Bharat.
Ram, I am pained to see you in matted hair, ascetic clothing, and your lotus feet pricked by the thorns of the forest. It is my fault that you must endure all these difficulties instead of enjoying the royal customs that you are accustomed to.
My dear Bharat, why have you relinquished the throne coming to the forest? I know you took no part in banishing me to the forest. Still, I have no desire to gain the throne by sinful means. You must accept the royal throne and rule the kingdom. This is our father's desire.
No, please don't say like that. In the presence of an elder prince, no one else can become the king. Therefore, you must come back and sit on the royal throne of Ayodhya. And you must offer water to the departed soul of our father.
What? Our father is no more? I shall never return to Ayodhya. Dear father, you have left us. Mother.
Oh, my Sita. My dear Sita.
Oh Ram, I want to return the Koshala kingdom to you.
Dear Bharat, no wise man should lament for life's reversal. We both just need to execute our father's desire without hesitation. I am requesting you to go back to Ayodhya to keep our father's promise intact. You must take responsibility in ruling the kingdom, even if it is only for my sake.
No. Oh, Bharat, you should follow the advice of your elder brother Ram.
So be it. Shatrugna, please bring it forth. I cannot accept the kingdom that belongs to you. So we got these wooden sandals for you to wear. Please place your lotus feet on them. After delegating the burden of ruling the kingdom to these sandals, I shall remain their menial servant. And I will remain outside Ayodhya, wearing matted hair and ascetic clothing, subsisting only on roots and fruits, awaiting your return. But however, after 14 years, you do not come back. I will enter fire and end my life.
Please do not speak like that, Bharat. Please do not speak like that. I promise you, we shall return back to Ayodhya once the term of exile expires. Please do not worry. Take care of our mothers, especially Mother Kaikai.
What did I do? Please forgive me, Ram. Please forgive me. I regret.
अद्भुत है महिमा दो अक्षर के नाम की।
अद्भुत है महिमा दो अक्षर के नाम की।
सुनो राम कथा और जय बोलो श्री राम की।
सुनो राम कथा
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी।
प्रभु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी।
है सुफल दायिनी रामायण सुखधारी।
है सुफल दायिनी रामायण सुखधाम की।
अद्भुत है महिमा दो अक्षर के नाम की। सुनो राम कथा जय बोलो श्री राम की। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणं। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणं। नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणं। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम। पटपीत मानव तड़ित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम। पटपीत मानव तड़ित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन। भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य शनिकन्दनं रघुनन्द आनन्द कन्द कौशलचन्द दशरथनन्दनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भजुमना इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेष मुनि मनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कञ्ज निवास कुरु कामादि खलदल गञ्जनम् इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेष मुनि मनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कञ्ज निवास कुरु कामादि खलदल गञ्जनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भजुमना श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भजुमना
The real reasons behind the Lord's pastimes remain inconceivable until they are revealed by the devotees. Sage Valmiki explains that this entire arrangement, including Sage Vasishta's advice to Bharata to accept Lord Rama's proposal, was only meant to accelerate Ravana's death at the hands of Lord Rama. After returning to Ayodhya, Bharata orders his ministers to install Lord Rama's shoes upon the royal throne and declares that he would retire to Nandigram and live there as an ascetic. From there, he submitted the state's affairs before Lord Rama's shoes, including all the gifts that were presented to him. He was often seen holding the royal umbrella over Lord Rama's shoes and fanning them with a chamara. In this way, Bharata ruled the kingdom for the next 14 years, always feeling subordinate to Lord Rama, who remained there in the form of his shoes. This demonstrates the pure devotion Bharata had towards Lord Rama. Bolo Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!
And now it's time to call on stage all our wonderful performers this evening. Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Thank you. Thank you very much. As you can imagine, this was big effort from a big crew, and this was happening over the last several weeks. I'm so encouraged and deeply moved by the performance, although I've been seeing the practices all these weeks. So I'm sure it must have also had a profound impact on all of you, and you're all satisfied with the performance. If you do find any room for improvement, please do not hesitate to give us feedback, and we always look to improve next time. We'd like to thank Malini Mataji for making such presentations of our culture as part of the MSF offering, and we promise to keep this happening at least once a year. Hare Krishna. In the interest of time, I would not be able to say the names of all our performers, but you can see them, and I'm sure you recognize most of them, if not all. But I'd like to give a special mention for those who acted in our drama, the ISV drama team, for the first time. There are several new faces, so let's give them a special big round of applause. It was a big team effort, but then to bring the team together, you need one headmaster, right? One person in charge. And you can imagine who that was. So if there's one person who had countless sleepless nights in the past 4 weeks and who worked the hardest, it's her, because she directed the drama, she took care of the choreography of the children's dances, she was choreographing her own dance as well with Suprita Mataji. She danced herself, and she arranged costumes, she did the makeup and everything that's associated with the drama. Everything has a touch of her hands. So please, we are grateful to her for her dedication.
And all this would have not happened without the script and the music. The music was the catching point for all the scenes that were happening, and that was single-handedly done by Vrindavan Priya Prabhu. So, yeah. He took the effort to put the script down when he was going to India, when he was visiting his ailing father. He had to take the Ramayana book with him, and he did the script on the flight so that we had the script in time and all the actors could practice their dialogues. So, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
And last but certainly not the least, we'd like to thank and acknowledge His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, from whose Ramayana book we had taken big portions of our script. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Somebody handed me a microphone, so I'm going to take advantage. Radhika Prema Mataji, Vrindavan Priya Prabhu, all the leaders who organized this were deeply moved by this play. The way you all cooperated together created a spiritual earthquake. We could feel it really in our hearts. It's one of the most cherished events now here at ISVs. Since you've done this a couple times, it makes a shockwave go through, spiritual shockwave that transforms us and lifts us up. It was such an excellent presentation. I was deeply moved by it, and I saw that everyone was absorbed. When I looked around, there was definite samadhi. Nobody talking, nobody fidgeting, full absorption. This is the best of what our community has representing the culture that brings us all to a higher level of consciousness. Thank you very much, everyone who did this. We're deeply indebted, and we look forward to expanding this more and more into a more robust and frequent occurrence here at ISV with more and more facility. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.
Hi, Krishna. So next program, I know you didn't mind the tightness, did you? The time flew by, right? Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much for, cooperating and being patient and adjusting and allowing everyone to come. This is a really nice gesture from each of you. We noticed it. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to request to take your cushions, put it in the back of the room, and we will go into the Aarti, and Vaisesika Prabhu will lead us into the Aarti. Hare Krishna.
Being the background of
Vishnu. Iman the Durmati. Hari. Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta everyone. Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Punyavadi Saraswati Pracharine. One more. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vigrajagacharya Shtutarasita Shishima Bhaicharanada Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vigrajagacharya Shtutarasita Shishima Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavin Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Praise Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Sri Vrindavan Nam Ki Jai, Sri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Sambeda Bhakta Vrindi Ki Jai. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. All glories to some devotees. Gaur Premanande Haribol. We're now going to sing special prayers to Lord Nrsingadev. One of our devotees, Maya's father, Ananta Subramanian, just recently left his body. That was Tuesday. She's requesting prayers for her father's protection. Dear Lord Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please protect Maya's father, Ananta Subramanian, and keep him close to your lotus feet. Thank you for considering our request. We're also making special prayers for Kunja Sevika and family. Please give her protection and energize her in her devotional service as she goes through a difficult time with her health. We also prayed, Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, please remove all the obstacles on our path here in this ever-expanding community so that we can offer something wonderful to your lordships to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Bolo.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Good Premanande.
Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you all for joining today's Sunday Feast Festival here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. I hope you all like the drama today. Yes, Haribol. So we also thank everyone who has joined us here tonight and also those who have joined us online. So let's give them a big round of applause on all of you as well. We would like to welcome His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu and Her Grace Nirukula Mataji from their trip to Japan back to ISV here. We'll also thank him for bringing us Krishna Katha for tonight's Sunday feast. Haribol. And also leading an ecstatic arti. So let's give him a big round of applause. Haribol. We'd like to thank Nitai for bringing us in a Shima Arti. Haribol. We'd also like to thank the broadcast team for bringing us the broadcasting online presentation. His Grace Charunimai Prabhu and Her Grace Krishangi Mataji. So we have several sponsors tonight for the Sunday feast. So we'd like to acknowledge them one by one. So first is His Grace Sundaranand Prabhu and the family are sponsoring on the occasion of Her Grace Vishaka Mataji's birthday. So Mataji, please come. As you know, Sundaranand Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji are the backbone of ISV here. They moved to ISV from Seattle a decade back, and the ISV is not the same without them. So, we thank them for all their services and acknowledge their contribution. They are His Grace Sundaranand Prabhu. His heart is into the Western preaching. Prabhu, you also join us here. Can you please? Yeah. Very well. Okay. So let's thank them for sponsoring tonight's feast. Sundaranand Prabhu, would you like to say a few words? Please come here.
Interview her. That'll be a difficult job. No, we thank from the bottom of our heart for the association at ISV with His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu and Nirukula Mataji and all the devotees. Thank you for your inspiring association and inspiring us to engage in devotional service. And we're really grateful to be part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you all for your wishes, and I should say that our family's bhakti has deepened ever since we came to ISV, and I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Vaisesika Prabhu, Mother Nirukula, Krunath Prabhu, Jagni Mataji, Mother Kanka, and our very dear friends Shivas Pandit Prabhu, Malini Mataji, Shri Gopal Prabhu, Kameshwari Mataji, Sukeshwari Mataji, Raseshwari, Gandharvika Mataji, and all the devotees here at ISV. Please, I humbly seek your prayers and blessings to continue my Krishna consciousness and to serve Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas in the mode of a humble servant. Thank you all.
And our next sponsor is Vikas Prabhu is sponsoring on the occasion of his father-in-law's birthday, 68th birthday. Vikas Prabhu. Is Vikas Prabhu here? And his father-in-law's name is Sushil Junjunwala. He's 68 Prabhu. Yeah, please come. Hare Krishna. Vikas Prabhu, please you also come. Thank you. Thank you for sponsoring on the occasion of your father-in-law's birthday. Such a nice occasion to sponsor. Thank you. Here is a small gift from us. Okay. Would you like to say a few words?
आज मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आज मेरा 68वां जन्मदिन ISKCON के टेंपल में मैं मना रहा हूँ। इसके लिए मैं आप सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
It's our pleasure to be part of this community and really give something back and celebrate my father-in-law's birthday here. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu. And the next sponsor is His Grace Madhav Govinda Prabhu and Palika Mataji are sponsoring on the occasion of their, any guesses? First anniversary. So we invite Madhav Govinda Prabhu and Palika Mataji here, please. Oh. Thank you, Madhav Govinda Prabhu. Thank you, Palika Mataji, for sponsoring today's feast. It's been our cherished desire to have you both here. You know, after you left the ISV to India and you came back, we were looking for that day to come back to ISV. So we are so grateful that you are here and you brought such a talented show that we, talented Mataji, that we have witnessed today. So thank you. So Mataji, do you have a few words?
Hare Krishna, devotees, dear devotees, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for allowing me to say something. So actually on this day, I would like to seek each and every one of yours prayers and blessings. I wanted to share something actually. Before coming to US, I was not sure. I was very reluctant actually before coming to US. But now when I've come here, I realized how dynamic and active the congregation is. I'm so glad that I'm a part of ISV. And ISV has given so much. So I feel that I should also give something, in return. So I sincerely, beg at the lotus feet of all the Vaishnava that please pray for us and bless us so that we can serve more and more to all the Vaishnav present here, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and their lordships. Thank you, Vaisesika Maharaj and Nirakala Mataji. Thank you.
I mean, I'm just so grateful that we are back here at ISV. It's been an exile of 5 years since we came back, and we're just so grateful that we are here, and so grateful to Vaisesika Prabhu and Nirakula Mataji for all their love and care, and all the many devotees who have been very kind and very gracious on us. So we are so grateful, and we seek your blessings and prayers so we can serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada and please our Guru Parampara. Thank you.
Thank you. So our next sponsor is Grace Sham Jagannath Prabhu and Sham Kumari Mataji. They are sponsoring on the occasion of Shriyan's birthday. So Shriyan, please come here.
How old are you now?
I am 9 years old, Prabhuji.
When did you turn 9? Did you turn 9?
My birthday is tomorrow, so I'm still 8.
Okay, excellent. So can I ask a few more questions? Okay. So what do you like here at ISV? Why do you come to ISV every week?
I like prasadam, playing at ISV, serving prasadam and kirtan.
Excellent, thank you. And what is your best Krishna's pastimes? I know you like to read Krishna stories so much. I know from your father that he reads you every day. What is the best Krishna's pastime do you like, and why do you like?
Krishna's childhood pastimes, because I like Krishna's childhood pastimes because Krishna plays very much like a child, and I'm also a child.
Excellent. Thank you, Shriyan. Wish you a very, very happy birthday. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. And the next sponsor is Smita Mataji and Rishabh Prabhu. They are sponsoring on the occasion of anniversary. So are they here? And I heard that they are from Mountain House Bhakti community. So Haribol, please come here. Thank you, Rishabh Prabhu and Smita Mataji, for sponsoring. We are very delighted to have you here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Thank you for coming and sponsoring the feast tonight. Okay, would you like to say a few words?
I don't have any words. I am not prepared. So it's been 14 years, so I'm speechless. So I'm really grateful and thankful to all of you, and it's really a pleasure to be a part of this community. And I really thank Prabhu Sushil ji and Mataji Sarika ji, so who introduced us to ISKCON. And yeah, so really great to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you again. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So that's one more sponsor. Okay, why didn't you announce?
Okay, when the gentleman from the Mountain House mentioned Sushil and Sarika, that's our own dear Katha and Swarna Gopika. And we have one last minute sponsor, but it's very valuable. And that is Ananga and Mukharvinda. They're sponsoring for the pleasure of our Palika and Madhava for their first anniversary. Mukharvinda and Ananga are so humble, they just left the hall. Oh, Mukhar. See, Mukhar hangouts with the still teenagers, so it's hard for me to see.
Hare Krishna. It's definitely such a great pleasure to have His Grace Madhav Govind Prabhu and Her Grace Palika Lakshmi Mataji back with us. They are really a gem of devotees, and we are having fortunate to having staying with us from last 4 or 5 months. So we could see that really their determination and their association helped us to go to the next level of our own Krishna consciousness. So we are very grateful for their association and wanted to kindly acknowledge today's great day. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And I think that's it for all the sponsors for today. And Avantika will announce the cooks for tonight.
Hare Krishna. Today's prasadam menu is very special. The cooks have been planning this since Friday. It is a Vrindavan-themed menu. And the cooks are Rangadevi Mataji, Siddha Katha Prabhu, Savarna Gopika Mataji, Manjari Gopika Mataji, Arun Prabhu, Gargi Mataji, Mansi Mataji, Saili Mataji, Hema Mataji, Sindhu Kanya Mataji, Sudevi Mataji, Aditya Prabhu, Shankar Prabhu, Pragadish Prabhu, Shipra Mataji, Kshitra Mataji, Karuna Mataji, and Smita Mataji.
Now we'll go to the Prasad Sevaya prayers.
Sharira Vijaja Jodendriya Kahe Ka Jive Pele Vishaya Shagare Karma Je Jibayati Now, by the power vested in me by the state of California, I declare, please come take prashadam. We'll be serving prashadam right outside in the designated picnic area. Just take a sharp right outside this door, and you'll be right there.